Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Okie Outdoor Adventures. As promised from that previous video, the Monsterbass April South Region unboxing, we're out with another video today. We're doing the slam. We're going to slam the bag from April. Now, I did have some on the water footage. Obviously, I'm in the garage right now. That footage was gone. I had my microphone port plugged into the wrong spot, or my microphone cable plugged into the wrong spot, and everything was windblown. But wanted to get out, and I'm issuing a challenge to you guys. I'm going to tell you the exact time it took me to complete this slam, and I'm throwing down the gauntlet for any of you monster bass guys. Anyone who has the bag, beat my time. I dare you. Do it. Do it. Well, let's jump into the video. I'm going to interrupt a couple of times and talk a little bit about these baits as I have some on the water footage being taken here. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Let's jump in. All right, guys. So as discussed, we just started the timer for the slam. We're going to go ahead and get this thrown in the pocket. We're going to start off with that Bait Labs topwater. This thing looks pretty interesting. Now, I don't know. It's a little bit of a lighter bait, so I don't think I'll struggle too much with casting. We do have a little bit of wind, but that's not a topwater. That's not a topwater. Okay guys, we're starting off with the Bait Labs Surface Slammer. Now, just a little bit of context. I think I mentioned it in the video as well, but this thing didn't float. Dropped it in the water, it sank. Now, we as fishermen, we have to adapt. We got to overcome some pretty interesting situations at times, and I was not going to let that stop me from catching fish. So I swam this around a little bit at the side of the boat, saw that it had a nice back and forth action, and decided to work it more like almost like a lipless jerkbait in a way. So I was making deep casts, constant reel with a twitch and a pause. Now it doesn't suspend, so I had to be quick. This lake is full of grass, so it would just absolutely eat it up. But was able to get it done that way. So if you still got this, don't give up on it, guys. Just try and work it in that similar way, right? It's a faster retrieve with a little bit of a twitch. I bet you still catch fish on it. Yeah, you're overthinking it, dude. Just fish.
I don't know how to topwater fish anymore. Topwater fish is all gone. You got a surface slammer?
Yeah. So, whoa. I would like to retract or issue a retraction to my previous video that this is a topwater style bait. This little guy sinks. Now, interestingly enough, it's got a neat wobble if you're just straight reeling, but what I was doing was reeling and kind of twitching it along. Now, it's not a great big fish, but it caught a fish, so that's a win. So let's get once we get this squared away, we'll go. What's that? Thank you. So let's pull the phone out and let's set a lap for that first bait. And we're gonna say lap. So that took us 8 minutes. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Now Alex has me a little bit inspired. So I'm gonna pick up the Prank. And it looks like some dude's floating down here on the door that Jack could have got on with Rose in Titanic. Not really sure what he's got going on, but it's an interesting flotation device. And it could be that the sun has me permanently blinded, but I'm hoping it's actually a door. That would be epic. So this is the Prank. And I feel like I'm being pranked. I don't just want to swim this. I want to try and chug it. Can't walk it because of that bill. Okay, so next up we moved on to the Prank, and I'm just gonna be honest, guys. Like, I was really I was really down on this bait. The idea of a bill on a popper just, it made no sense to me, right? I've never seen it before. It's unprecedented. I didn't know what to do with it. So I started, again, just making casts around. I tried to walk it. Doesn't have a great walking action. I'm sure you could probably figure that out. It does create a lot of disturbance when you're chugging it, which that's absolutely fantastic. But where it really shined for me was just a steady retrieve, a steady swim, because the back and forth action that bill creates is very similar to a wake bait. So you speed up your retrieve, you can really create a waking action. For me, it was a little bit slowed down. Now, I do want to say, Oklahoma's Worst Angler created a video on the Monsterbass channel sharing some tips for the prank specifically. I'm going to put that link over there somewhere, up there somewhere. I want you guys to go check that out. It's very helpful, good information. Oh, that's not good. Don't worry. Small Booyah Prank. Get your booty out of here. So let's get you set up. Let's set you down, Jackie Brown. So let's open our phone for starters and go. And we're gonna go ahead and pick up that egg zone, that floating crawl. I've got it relatively weedless, so there's pockets back in here that I'm going to try and pitch around, but I'm probably going to pick up a lot of grass, at least until we get a little further out. We're going to give it a good honest effort. Okay, next up we have the adrenaline crawl from Egg Zone, and this color, it's like purple shadow. This is a 4 1/4 inch plastic. And man, I have to tell you, I love it. You guys have seen in all of my videos, I work Texas rigs a little bit differently. I'm too impatient to really bounce my baits off the bottom. Sure, I'm missing bites there, but I love a plastic with a good swim. And the way that these pinchers are designed, it really does swim quite well. So I got this one knocked off really ridiculously fast. That was probably the easiest bait out of the bunch for me. Alex is going after the big ones. I think oh, what do I have? Two fish? Two fish on the, huh? Did you whisper something?
Nope.
Schizophrenia is a hell of a thing. So, of my 2 fish, I still don't think I've exceeded a pound yet. Okay, so let's, maybe, are my pinchers stuck together? Oh, they are, you silly goose. Make sure you pull your pinchers apart. Like, the swim on this is really terrible. Those legs, those appendages don't move at all. That's better. Oh, it's just grass. Never mind. Sorry. I just had like 8 pounds of grass on him. Not bad. So there we go. There's one more. The Egg Zone floating crawl thing. Adrenaline crawl.
Get your names right.
Adrenaline crawl. Well, it had my adrenaline pumping, so you know. Okay, well, let's see. What do we do now? I'm locking down here for a second. We're chewing up a bunch of grass, but Alex is casting deep enough that shouldn't.
Why don't you move out that way and lock it down?
That shouldn't impact his. should not impact his fishing. Let's get to, we're wasting precious seconds here. Like I got a challenge going and I'm wasting precious seconds talking. Let's get back on the stopwatch. And we're gonna say lap. Bam. Okay, 5 minutes for the adrenaline crawl. I think it's shallow enough we should be able to burn this little guy relatively fast enough to keep it out of all of the gunk. Now my small swim bait game, I'm terrified. So terrified. The Elite did its job though. I think I'm gonna go up there.
For that one right there, let's motor. Let me get this in. And then when I say motor, just crank up the trolling motor down to the rocky point.
Okay.
I think that would probably
well
do the best down by there.
Yeah, there's some those two grass patches around there too are relatively clean on the outside. So this time's counting against me, boys. Yep. Next up, we jumped in with the Thunderhawk, the baby swim bait, the hybrid swim bait. This little 3-inch monster in June bug. I was really worried about this. I didn't bring any light tackle with me at all, but surprisingly, there was enough weight in that head with the swim bait that I was able to make some decent casts. Now we did have to move around a little bit. Like I was fighting some of that crazy mossy grass. But again, a steady retrieve with this, nice, slow, even pace. I was throwing it on my 6.3 from Daiwa, and yep, I mean, it just got bit. So it's an interesting color. I'm not a big fan of June bug in swim baits, I don't think. I might be. I've fallen in love with it with my bugs and craws, but not quite sold on it for swim baits. But again, we got it done relatively quickly. Look, I'll expose the hook. I'll do it. Like, I'm not afraid. I got a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm about to spin us in a circle and lock us down for a minute and work this point if you're good with it. I'm editing that out. You know that, right? Nah, it's little. It's a dinker. Might be a crappie. No, it's a bass. It's a greenie. Hey. I'm not the one that did it. You bit it. Hey.
Oh, nice ride.
Oh, yeah. Like, sick flow, bruh. Look at that. That's a monster there. Finally caught one on a swim bait where the fish was bigger than the bait. Oh, yeah, I guess better. Here, right there. Look at that. Monsters. All we catch is monsters here. That's our motto. That and don't pee upwind. Okay, so let's see what else we got on the list here. We might have to tie on that crazy little blade bait, which that scares me. So I got the spinner bait left. Oh, stop the timer. God, what are you doing, John? Are you even good at this? Lap. 19 minutes. Oh, he's not happy with my positioning, y'all. So this is the Catch Jack Slap Blade. Constructed of tungsten, the Jack Slap is a multi-species fish catching machine with 3 line type positions, realistic 3D eyes, scale detail, Colorado tail blade, and a black nickel BKK treble. The Jack Slap offers sinking, vibrating action that is highly effective cast or vertically fished. This video is brought to you in part by our sponsor, Alex. Catch Slap. Catch Slap. What if for the video, and hear me out here, if I catch something, I get to slap you?
Okay.
Hard.
With the fish though.
Oh. Well, that doesn't seem as fun, but
Fish slap.
fish slap. This is so, like, please let this be a bad April Fool's joke. Next up, guys, the bait that had me probably the most worried is this little blade bait. This is the Catch Jack Slap blade, and man, I gotta tell you, I had no idea. I still have no idea what I'm doing with a blade bait. Luckily, this one in particular has a little gold Colorado blade on the back of it, which afforded me the ability to just swim it. So I worked it a little bit like a kind of like a lipless crankbait. I was doing a sort of a steady yo-yo pulling it up in the calm, letting it drift, and ended up getting bit on it. I have no idea if it was sheer dumb luck. I don't know how to work a blade bait, so I've got no advice for you there, but we absolutely got this done, and I actually purchased a couple of other blade baits. So so far, yeah, it's been great. Slamming salmon. Megan just sent me a picture. She said, I made breakfast without you, and I just wanted to send you a picture of it to tell you that it was amazing. And I'm thinking it's going to be nothing. She found a recipe for like low calorie pancakes, and she had like a big old piece of turkey sausage and fruit. I was like, dang. She said, yes, and I had it all without you. I was like, obviously. Oh, every time you bump over something, you little blade bait.
Hey, with that small treble, you don't have to really check.
Yeah, it's a lean. Oh! I leaned into it. Don't you pop off there. You calm down right now, because I do not want a treble in my finger. That would be trailable. There we go. Baby treble. Baby treble. Baby fish. Get out the boat. So I think I've caught like 4 spinnerbait fish ever. One of them was here. One of them was yesterday.
One thing I've noticed about the axe is this one.
Moving on for the final bait that I had in my bag, the spinnerbait, guys. Just the little old spinnerbait. You're spinning to winning. And I still stand behind my comment that this is not really a true chartreuse. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's more green than the kind of the yellow you expect. But the crappie pattern or the bluegill pattern in that skirt, it just the colors really work well. So if I could get it to focus. Hey, what are you doing? Get over here. Catch up, son. What are you doing? There you go. So it's a good looking bait. I do love the willow and the Colorado together. It was stupid. I should have never reeled that backlash back into the reel, but what are you going to do? It's going to happen. Somebody text me again. I just reeled a big old backlash back into my reel. Hopefully that. That's ridiculous. That's a better fish.
That's a good one.
You want a net or no?
You want a net?
Nah, it's good. I'll think about how we can do that in a little bit. That's a solid one. So, there you go. That's a pretty fish, man. I'm gonna... Okay, so let's hit lap and we'll come back to that in just a second. Or stop. Well, okay, so that's it, guys. Pretty fun little video. My final time was 1 hour and 15 minutes, okay? So my challenge to you guys is to complete the challenge in 1 hour and 15 minutes and 41 seconds, if you want to be technical. If you could do it, make sure you record it, tag me in your videos, whatever. If anybody can legitimately beat that time, I'll send you some frogs or something, guys. I'll send you something. We'll make it work. I'll get you something out. But fun video, kind of goofy, a little bit windy that day. I also didn't talk about in the slam the mustad hooks. You saw them in the unbagging or unboxing. Oops, sorry. I didn't really do anything with these. I probably could have changed out the trebles on the Prank or even the Surface Slammer, but I don't think that negates or nullifies anything as far as the Slam is concerned. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys made it to this part of the video, I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get this wrapped up, get you guys watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time on the water.